How's it going, everyone? Smalls here, bringing you another episode of Small Talk with me, your host, Stephie Smalls. Be sure to check me out on Twitter at Stephie Smalls with 3 L's, and check us out at FTN Bets on Twitter and FTNBets.com. While you're there, go to FTN Fantasy and check out my injury tracker. It's going to be your best friend this season while you're saying those lineups and you need those spark note version of what is going on injury-wise. As always, also, shout out to our sponsors at Tipico Sportsbook. Be sure to download their app. They'll match 100% of your first deposit up to $750. As normal, going to bring on a guest this week. We're going to talk about the Cowboys. It might kill me. It's going to be difficult, but I'm okay with it. We'll break down more of those futures, and let's get into it. And joining me now is Javi, does all this DFS fantastic stuff for FTN. What's going on, dude?
What's going on, Smalls? And finally, like I said, this is long overdue. I'm glad to be on the show with you. The smiling, the happy personality, the loud voice, the shout out from Matt Berry. Look at you.
It is a long time coming. It took forever for us to do this. You had, some teeth issues going on back when we tried to do it. But look at how nice. I let you come on and I let you talk about the Cowboys on my show. I can't believe we're going to do this. Wow.
This is great.
I'm hurting my own feelings right now, but let's talk about the Cowboys. Let's talk about their off season. How did it go?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is with the Cowboys is always defense. This past year, their O-line took a big hit. There was a lot of injuries. I mean, obviously Dak went down, but I like what we did with the offseason. We got Parsons in the draft, which was massive. I thought that was a great pick because we were going for J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain, but they got sniped before us. So we went with Parsons. He was definitely the best defensive player available there. It was a great pick. We needed linebacker help with Van Der Esch always hurt, Sean Lee always hurt, so we needed help there. So it was a great pick. The only thing is he does have those off-field allegations, red flags there, but it wouldn't be a Cowboys pick without that. So that was great. I thought, focusing the draft on defense was big. It was a good offseason. I think, keeping that core together was the key. Again, we'll talk about Zeke in a little bit. I'm a little hesitant on him, Smalls, but my
God, we're gonna get along. I love that. It's so exciting. But the defense, I actually like the Dan Quinn hire. I think that it was a nice move. I think the defense, something had to give. They had to, the defense still. I think that will be I hate to say the word Achilles heel. I should stop saying that now with Cam Akers. I feel bad. But I think that, the defense will be the issue. Do you think they did enough for it to not plague them?
I mean, with Dan Quinn, like you mentioned, plus the draft, plus a few signings there. I'm not going to get too deep into it. I think it was an upgrade. Again, offense is not the issue. It's the defense. Offense was an issue last year with Dak going down, but I think they did enough to still win that weak division. Sorry, Smalls. It's a very weak division that we have in the NFC East. The weakest last year by a landslide. So.
Oh, gosh. And getting Dak back. And we can just talk about Dak. And I will admit, Dak is one of my favorite quarterbacks. I love to watch him play. He played 5 games had about 2,000 yards just in those games. So this guy was on pace to do like crazy stuff. Who out of these 2 wide receivers, in Amari, who is kind of having health issues, he had surgery in the offseason, didn't seem to struggle a little bit during, mini camp and OTAs. Who is CD going to be the guy?
Listen, I still think Amari's the guy. In talking with a few FTN experts and Meany, being on Mean Streets, I like Amari over CD. If people are going to go CD, I get it. Like, he had some great chemistry with Dak when he was in there, but I think this is still the Amari show. I love Amari, and I think Gallup is going way too late in drafts. He has some upside. He's going to put those duds being the wide receiver 3, but I love Amari this year. I think he's going too late in drafts.
Yeah, and I think people, it's so funny, and I'm seeing it even with Saquon, which I know you'll be quiet because I'm letting you talk about the Cowboys on my show, so you're going to keep your mouth shut when I see this, but I think people forget very easily when talented players and the talents that are Dak, that are CMC, that are oh my gosh, I almost said Zeke, which I do not think. Saquon is like, these guys can play so well. Two of the odds with, Tipico that I love for Dak, because I think Dak is going to be, this passing force, is 10-1 most passing touchdowns, 5-1 most passing yards. He could easily just totally annihilate both of those.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in that NFC East weak division. He's going to get all these guys twice. I definitely like the most passing touchdowns at plus 1,000 on Tipico. That is just that's a great bet right there. So I wish comeback player of the year wasn't plus 185. I really like that one too, but it's just not. I need that plus 300 or better for me to take a bet on that. But most passing touchdowns is great.
That's awesome, right? But I need a little bit more to bite on the comeback player of the year. And, Elliot was on a couple weeks ago and we said, it's going to go to a quarterback most of the time. And it'll easily go to Dak, I think, because he's going to come back to this system and he has everything that he could possibly need to have a fantastic year. But you brought up Zeke, which I am surprised to hear you say that. Let's talk about Zeke and Tony. I think that Tony is a fantastic player. I'm very excited to see what he can do. He's someone that I'm taking in fantasy because I think he's going a little too late. I think, he's that security blanket if Zeke does happen to continue to not be, because last year was not Zeke. Can we at least admit that?
Yeah, no, listen, it has a little bit to do with Dak going down. Like his upside went down. They're stacking the box. They're letting Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, beat him, and that's not good for the Cowboys, and it didn't show. But plus having one of the worst defenses too. But for Zeke, I'm a little hesitant. There's a lot of investment in Zeke, minor investment in Gallup. I tend to avoid both in drafts. Honestly, I do like Pollard for dynasty leagues. I think that is a great pick because I do think Zeke, maybe in a year or two, might not be a Cowboy anymore. Might be a trade. I'm a little worried, and I'm a little worried for drafts this year. I'm going to pass on Zeke. I'm a pass.
Really? I love that. See, and you give me all this crap, and now you're admitting that you're going to, and I have that. Now I can record it. I can clip it and use it against you. But, Tony had 935 yards without Dak there. Can you imagine with this guy there what he can do? So I am excited for your offense. How many wins are you guys getting? Let's talk about wins here.
Well, listen, it all boils down to health, obviously. O-line healthy, Dak healthy, Amari healthy. Even if Amari goes down, you still got CD and Gallup, which is great. So I think this offense is just going to overpower a lot of the teams in NFL. Just a matter of that defense holds up and if we stay healthy. So for me, I'm predicting 11 wins, Smalls. Maybe I'm a little biased.
You're doing it. You're going for it. You're going for it.
Listen, I'd say on the low end 10, going 11. I am going for it. I really like them to win this division. That's one of my favorite bets here. I do like their over 9.5 wins, which is on Tipico too. So I do like a lot of those bets right there. I'm trying to get it at better odds, but again, it's just too good to pass on. I think the division is so weak. Their schedule is not as difficult in my eyes. So I think this is a good bounce back year for Dak and the Cowboys. Sign me up. Put the Homer hat on, Smalls.
Oh my gosh. You guys, the past 26 years it's been since the Super Bowl. I have to hear this every year. I'll never forget. I finally, I re-downloaded Twitter before I re-downloaded it again because I deleted it after I had to deal with the draft because I had to just see my timeline of just, Dallas fans. You guys drafted CD and it was like, we're winning the Super Bowl. And that obviously did not happen as it hasn't. So we talk about this being one of the weaker divisions. I actually think it got a little bit stronger with the exception of the Eagles. What do you think? Which team is going to be a little bit more difficult to beat? I think we're probably we will agree that it's probably Washington right now. I think they're the strongest team on paper, but as we know, as NFC East fans, no one's repeated a division winner since about 2004. So we have to see what happens. They've got, Fitzmagic in there. doesn't excite me the way it excites everyone else. I like it for my fantasy rosters, but I like to have a very comfortable option. He's not my QB1 on a single roster. So what about this division makes you somewhat nervous? I know you Cowboys fans are so confident.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but we will have to make a bet. I do want you to say something if they get 10 wins. If they get 10 wins, I want you to say, how about them Cowboys? That's what you have to say.
Right? Absolutely not. Yeah, you're not going to get that. You're definitely not going to. Don't be ridiculous.
11 wins. Okay, fine. No, so the team that does worry me a little bit is Washington, and mainly because of the defense. It's not the offense. It's not like an overpowering offense. For me, that defense does worry me. It concerns me, the pressure they're going to put on teams. And that's why they made the playoffs, besides the division being weak. So Eagles are going to be a dumpster fire. And then as for your Giants, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I think it's going to be another rough year for them as well. I honestly think next year is going to be the Giants' year. I honestly think get another year under Daniel Jones' belt if he stays a starter. I hope he does. I know that's your boy.
That's my boy.
I don't want to bash him because then I'll never be invited back again.
You can bash him. It's okay. Because I will admit, like, I wasn't in on Daniel Jones last year. This year I am in on him. I think there was no reason, especially from a fantasy perspective, to think that this guy was going to do well. And then you lose Saquon. And like, again, thank you for your thank you for the present you gave us in Jason Garrett. What a horrible offensive coordinator.
You're welcome.
It's so bad. I can't believe it.
But it gets better. Like, we gave you Jason Garrett and we signed the next worst thing, Mike McCarthy. I hate Mike McCarthy.
I was just going to bring that. I'm like, you do have Mike McCarthy. It's fine. But, oh gosh, Jason Garrett. Why? I literally remember the day where I was when we decided that that's who we were bringing on. But I do think that they hired him so many babysitters, during this offseason that it could be the same thing as Colombo and him just get the boot like halfway through. If he Ingram reverses me to death, I swear I can't do it. I just can't watch it again. But I think Rudolph was a nice addition for them. It's kind of Jason Witten-esque. I think maybe he gets that guy that he was so obsessed with. But so looking at defensive rookie of the year, I wanted to make sure I bring this up before I let you go because, you're getting married soon. You need to pay attention to your fiance. We will not make her upset. I like the odds on Aziz. We're talking plus 1,500. Those are nice odds. Micah Parsons is there, which is fine. But I don't love it as much as I love the value on Aziz. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Aziz is a great play at plus 1,500, but I actually want to go in the same range. Like J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain, I think it's going to be a DB this year. So I was very high. I really wanted the Cowboys to get one of those two, but unfortunately they didn't get the luxury of that. They wanted to snipe us before that pick, but I do like Aziz. I do like I like taking flyers on all these guys. So going like 0.3 U on each of these guys, I think that's a great bet. And if you hit one, you're in plus money. So I love the call on Aziz, but I also like J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain.
Yeah. And it would hurt you to say that was a good choice by me because it's a Giant. But I think that the Giants have done well in these second rounds. They still have Xavier McKinney coming back. I think that both the past 2 years they've done a very good job in the second round taking value. But we'll start to wrap up. Tell me what. So we'll do two things. The one thing you're the most excited for, and the one thing you are the least excited for as far as the Cowboys go.
Yeah, the one thing I'm most excited for is Dak Prescott to have a full year. Like under this, I hate to say under the Mike McCarthy regime because I hate him, but under a full healthy year with, Amari, CeeDee, he only got a little bit of CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee and Gallup, and this upgraded offense. We just need to make sure that we stay healthy. You can't predict that. That's unfortunate. No. We saw what happened today. I don't want to bring it up. It was sadness for a lot of people, especially Debro with Akers. But, that can happen. Look at the Cowboys. The Cowboys season just took a turn like that. Snap of the finger after Dak went down. But I'm most excited for Dak Prescott in this offense. I think I'm least excited about, besides Mike McCarthy, obviously, is going to be the defense. I mean, again, I do think they upgraded it, but it's still a bottom 10 defense here. I mean, everybody was just shredding us from top to bottom, even when Dak was in there, and it was even worse when Dak went down. So I am a little less excited for that. If I want to do like an honorable mention for what I'm most excited, I'm excited for Parsons. I want to see what he can do to lead this defense. He's going to be a leader on that team. I don't know if he's going to be like a key difference. He could be a key difference maker in the run game and stopping the run game. But he's got to be a leader on that team, and he's got to keep those issues off the field. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. He definitely does. You know, Jerry Jones loves him a player that he can sell some jerseys. So I'm not entirely shocked by that pick there, but I think it's going to be the defense. And I think it really comes down to staying healthy. Like you said, there's not a lot of depth on the defensive side for this team. So if someone goes down, it starts getting a little weird. So and I think the schedule though, I hate to say this, but you know, the Cowboys stay healthy and they're definitely this year, I can maybe get behind them, like making a run for it. I'm not going to say that they're going to, you know, but I think them winning the NFC 12-1, it was a nice odds too, because you have maybe one of the better offensive team literally in the league. So I will give you that. And I haven't bashed you guys too bad. So I think we'll end at a high note.
You've been very nice.
I'm trying. So why don't you tell everyone what you're working on, where they can find you, and then we'll get you out of here so you can go hang out with your fiance and get ready for your wedding.
Yeah. I'm most excited for my wedding next week, you know? No, I'm just kidding. But I am very excited for where FTN is headed. Obviously, bringing you is a great addition. I'm not kissing your ass, Smalls. This is real talk, all right? This is the small talk of real talk. But I am very excited where we're headed. But for me, honestly, I do everything at FTN, you know, from football, which will be one of my main contributions there. I run the esports and NASCAR side of things. I'm involved with basketball. I help out with hockey, one of the key components there. So I'm involved with everything. And really where the future's headed is hopefully I survive my bachelor party this weekend and get married next weekend, you know? Hangover style.
Really hope so.
And I do want you, if we get 11 wins, I want to hear you say, how about them Cowboys? 11 wins. That's a good one.
No, it needs to be, 11. I have to look at that. I have to look at the schedule again. How about 12? 12 and I'll do
12 wins. All right. What do I have to do if I lose? Because there's got to be something, right?
I'm going to think about that, and I'm going to make it good because I get a lot of crap between the Giants and not liking Game of Thrones.
Let's not talk about that. I was trying not to bring it up.
We won't. So before we get off, who's winning the game tonight, Bucks or Suns?
So I have the Suns. I really do. It's unfortunate because Scott Foster, who's the referee here, he's Chris Paul's 0-12 when he officiates playoff games. So I don't know, but I think the curse is lifted today. It goes 7 games, and go Suns.
Fingers crossed. Well, thanks for coming on. Make sure you guys check him out. Fantastic DFS. Like if that is your thing, and even if it's not your thing, go look at his content. It's fantastic. And as always, thanks to our sponsors at Tipico Sportsbook. You can download their app. They will match 100% of your first deposit up to $750 until next week. And congratulations, because I'm sure next time you're on, you will be married. See you guys next week.